The MIAC is loaded with tradition and has been a great conference for players to continue their pursuit of hockey while getting an education. The competitive level of the league from top to bottom is among the best conferences in the nation. Augsburg coach Chris Brown noted that upwards to 65% of the players are homegrown Minnesotans, and that drives up the recruiting competition among the programs.
But I think when it comes to recruiting, for the top recruits in, say, the North American League, which is where most of the Division III schools are that's their prime hunting grounds, is the North American League. And so I think we compete well with those schools for those kids. But it is sometimes the Division I transfer that maybe gets them over the hump, or the Canadian kid, that maybe St. Norbert's can get. That you don't see a lot of those kids in our league for whatever reason, there's not a big separation between the two leagues, I don't think, anymore.
St. Olaf coach Mike Eaves spent 14 seasons behind the bench of the Wisconsin Badgers and was prepared for the level of competition both on and off the ice in the MIAC.
Coming into this league, that's what I'd heard, that it was very competitive, and I think that if you're not willing to have your helmet strapped on every time you play, you're going to have your butt handed to you, and that was kind of the way it was here. These guys, it's amazing that I don't know what percentage of these young men are going to go on and play pro hockey. Maybe a small percentage, probably. They're going to be doing something other than playing hockey as their living, and yet they play their heart and soul out there. They play it for the true reasons you should, and that's the love of the game.
The competitive level and rivalries are spirited and are both big factors in what makes the MIAC what it is. Concordia coach Chris Howe pointed to the fact that players stay in the league and their programs for all 4 years, and many have come from Minnesota. With that said, there are plenty of familiarity among teams and players that sparks quality rivalries.
Well, I really feel that a lot of it has to do with, these guys. There's a lot of Minnesota kids in the league. They've grown up playing against each other. And they're in their college careers, and they've just developed great rivalries. And the fact that, our kids stay 4 years and they play 4 years, and they, Marty Gruz out there has played against our seniors for 4 years, and they have a real spirited rivalry. It's a lot of fun.
For players like Concordia's Zach Doring, being close to home is a big benefit to playing in the MIAC.
Going to school close to home, it's nice just having that same kind of environment that you grew up. I'm from Minnesota, so I played Minnesota high school hockey, and just the commitment it takes. People really underestimate D3 hockey, and just the actual commitment level balanced with academics. And the MIAC's just such a great league, and it's just a battle night in and night out.
Actually from Minnesota, so it's definitely nice playing at home, so close to Stillwater, Minnesota. But I think it's just such high talent, high competition level that every game is a battle. It's so much fun.
Recruiting is a process, and Augsburg's Brown had this advice to offer up to high school players and parents who are looking for opportunities to play hockey beyond high school and into college.
Yeah, here's what I always tell families when I'm out. I've got a daughter who's in 9th grade in high school and a son who's in 7th grade, and so I'm out and about with them and talking with people, and I say, what you should do is, no matter what sport you play, you should want to play in college. And then you start to look at the numbers and say, there's a good chance I'm going to end up playing Division III somewhere, so I should probably take a look while I'm a senior in high school. The hockey players don't do that very often. And so I tell them to go take some visits early and see what it's like, and develop relationships with professionals that do this for a living, because we want to educate them on the whole process of how to apply to a school. What should I look for in a school? What questions should I ask when I go on a visit, even if it's at a Division I school? Because most of the guys in this league have that knowledge.
The MIAC opens conference play this weekend with a pair of games featuring St. John's at Concordia and St. Olaf at Hamlin. The other MIAC teams will play in non-conference action. Many that are close to this conference know it's time to begin and can't wait to have another exciting season of MIAC hockey.